Hello folks, welcome to the Urban Rider Studio where I have some heated gear with me today from the company Macna. We've just got a load of new heated clothing from them, which includes gloves as well as internal jackets. You've got trousers, you've got socks, lots available. This video I will specifically be focusing on the gloves. If you want to see the rest of their gear, you can check that out separately. As you can see, we have 4 different options when it comes to heated gloves from Macna. One of which comes in a ladies version, that will be the Era, as you can see here, although obviously with any of the rest of the gloves, depending on the size you go for, they will work for either men or women. They do share some similarities across the range. Probably the most obvious, other than the fact that they are all heated, is that they are all also waterproof. Now we will go up in price order ascending, starting with the most affordable option, and that would be the Evolve glove to my right, all the way up to the most advanced glove we have on this table, the Progress 2. In case you're wondering about how these are powered specifically, and I will get a little bit more in detail on that as we go, but all of these gloves can be connected to your bike directly if you want to go that route. And you can do that via either a 12-volt socket that some bikes have. You could also wire it directly to your battery if that's the only option available to you. But either way, whatever bike you've got, there is definitely a way of connecting these directly to your bike and drawing off the battery. Additionally, you can also link any one of these gloves with their heated jacket as well. So you can just go through the sleeves. The cable is actually quite short, so there's no excess or baggy cable in there. It's all very simple to do. All of the connectors you can only get one way round, so you cannot muck that up. And it's a really reliable way of powering these gloves if you need. Additionally, the 3 gloves on my left can be powered by a battery if you want to go that route instead. So you can get either a 7.4 volt or 12 volt battery if you want one slightly more powerful, and it will be slightly warmer as well. All of them have a pouch. You basically just put the battery in there and link it directly to the glove. In case you're wondering, they look like this. It's pretty standard. We've reviewed quite a few heated products over the years, specifically gloves, and it's a 2200 milliamp hour battery. Again, a fairly standard size. They say it should give you about 5 hours. That will be on the lowest heat setting, and obviously it will vary depending on the size of battery that you use. It does put it in line with its competition, or the other heated gloves that we've compared in the past. So it's what I would expect, to be perfectly honest, and it is going to be enough for the majority of commuters out there. If you are doing an extended, longer trip, then it would be recommended, obviously, to link this to your bike. The last thing to know from our short summary is that the Progress 2, being the most advanced glove on this table, can also be Bluetooth linked to your phone and can be controlled via their app, which is definitely a useful feature. Onto the actual gloves themselves then. So we'll start with the most affordable glove on this table. That would be the Evolve. It comes in at £100 as of the making of this video, and it is the lightest and shortest glove you will see as well. That is somewhat of a benefit in as much as it'll be really easy to fit this with your jacket. Now, if you're wearing your winter jacket, it's probably a little bit thicker, and it can be tough to get the gauntlet over the top of the sleeve of the jacket. So having a shorter sleeve definitely can be a useful thing. As I mentioned, this is the only glove on the table that can't be linked with a battery, and that's because it has no pouch on the inside there. So you will link this directly with either the bike, or you can obviously plug the glove straight into the jacket. Functionally, once it is connected, you will see you have a panel on the back there. You basically long press that to turn it on, and you have 4 different heat settings, and you can cycle through them. You can tell which one you're in based on the color on that display. It's made using a mix of soft shell material and a synthetic nubuck on the palm, really nice and soft, and will give good grip at the bars. You also have reinforcements at your palm as well as your knuckles. It also has a section sewn onto the index finger so that you can use a touchscreen, as do all of the following gloves as well. On the inside, you have a Raintex waterproof membrane to keep your hand dry, and you have a Bemberg liner for insulation, which is really nice and comfortable against your hand. It's a great fit as well. They've sewn it in such a way so that you won't feel any of the stitching. It doesn't get in the way. It's got plenty of flexibility in there, and obviously being a textile, it is pretty flexible as well. In case you're wondering for sizing, and that is true across all of these gloves, this is a size large. I'm typically a size 9 hand or a size large in most gloves, and I would say this is also an accurate fit. You can double check our size guide on the website if you need, and you can find links in the description for all of that. For £100, I can see these being very popular because they are very good value for money. Now the next on our list is the Unite 2. Very similar in specification, but with a few differences. Two of the biggest being it is a longer glove, so you have a longer gauntlet on this, and of course this one can be powered by a battery, hence the slightly longer cuff, because you have a pouch there which you can attach the battery to and obviously just secrete the battery in there out of the way. I should also mention these come in at £120 as of the making of this video. So not much of a price increase from the previous glove. Definitely still a really nice affordable option if you want to heat your hands. A few other things to mention. So again, we have a soft shell outer and nubuck palm. Again, this can use a touchscreen. You have reinforcement at your knuckles, nothing at your palm this time around. You've got reflectors on your pinky and ring finger, and you've got the same control panel there which you can switch it on and off using. It will also have, or it's got lights on the side there to show you how much battery power you've got left as well, which is definitely a useful thing so you're not left guessing whilst you're on the bike. You have the same Raintex waterproof membrane on the inside, and you have again a Bemberg liner for your insulation to make these nice and warm even in spite of the heating. So if you don't turn on the heating, there's still a decent winter glove. You also have an exhaust actually down here, which I believe is if the outer fabric were to get a bit more saturated, not the actual liner itself, that allows the water a passage out, which can be useful. Sometimes you will find that although the waterproof membrane will keep your hand dry, the outer fabric can get wet. And obviously that could sit on the glove, so it's useful that it has that there. Next up, with another small price increase, is the Era. As I mentioned, this one is available in a ladies specific version as well if you need, and these come in at £160 as of the making of this video. This one is slightly shorter than the Unite 2, so it's not quite as short as the Evolve, but still I like this size of glove, this fit of glove, because it does make it easier to fit it with your winter jacket. Again, this can be either battery powered if you want to go for the battery to fit into the cuff, or you can connect it to the jacket or directly to your bike. Again, you will notice the same control panel there, so long press to turn it on, 4 different heat settings and an indicator for battery power. You'll notice it has a slightly different style, slightly more of a premium finish, I would argue actually on this one as well, maybe just because you've got leather sections across it. So you've got soft shell used, again, you have this nubuck again, and you've got goat skin leather. And for reinforcement and protection, you have knuckle armor included, as well as something around your wrist and a little section of it on your thumb as well. It has the Raintex waterproof membrane on the inside for your waterproofing, and again it has a Bemberg liner for your insulation and your warmth. Moving on to the most advanced glove on this table then, there is a price increase with this as well. These are £230, but it has a load of new features which you don't see across the rest of the range. So this is the Progress 2. Again, you can power this with either the battery in the cuff connected to the jacket or connected direct to your bike, so lots of different options. It has a longer cuff, so this gauntlet comes quite far down your wrist, but in aid of helping that fit over your jacket, it also has a zip, so you can open that up fully and then obviously zip it closed. You also have an elasticated internal liner to help with waterproofing and keeping in that warmth. This time around we have a laminated waterproof membrane, meaning that it is bonded to the outer of the glove and helps it feel less loose on the inside. That definitely helps with fit and with comfort. You will find a Bemberg liner on the inside, but you also have an Isofur liner as well for insulation. So this is the most insulated of the gloves on the table. So outside of the active heating, it is a slightly warmer glove anyway. Speaking of those materials, it's a mix of different things. So you have some textile, you have some leather, you have soft flex textile, you have goat leather again featured across this. And grippier sections on your palm as well. You've also got some really solid reinforcement across your knuckles, very tough, across the backs of your fingers, and some reinforcements on your palm. Personally, I think the strap around your wrist is slightly better as well, so you just Velcro fasten that across there. I do like this buckle on the back of your hand, and whilst I'm here, you will also notice the Bluetooth logo, meaning that this glove can be Bluetooth connected to your phone. Why is that useful? It should be fairly obvious, but say you have a variety of different items from Macna and you're all suited and booted. The last thing you want to do is have to fiddle around switching on everything as you go. So if you link this with your phone, you could link your gloves, the jacket, the trousers, your socks, and you can just go through the app. Now it's really easy to set up. You've got a Bluetooth logo on there, you turn them on for the first time, they will blink, you turn on the app and basically find the glove. It takes seconds to do. And once you're in there, basically you can cycle through. You can even do it individually per glove if you want to, but you can cycle through the heat settings and you'll see that change on the glove itself. And it also has a battery indicator, as you can see on there. You can also set a timer actually. I don't know if I would find that useful, to be honest, but it's a nice extra feature if you do want to set a timer for the heater itself. And that is the Macna glove range as we stock it. So as I mentioned, there's loads of different items. You'll obviously be able to find the links to any of these gloves if you want to, using the links in the description, and you can find the size guide on there as well as, like I say, jacket, socks, trousers, lots of different things. If you've got any specific questions about these, I admit they are pretty technical, so I may well have missed something. Feel free to drop that in the comment section and we will get back to you as soon as we possibly can, and I'll see you soon. Stay warm.